That is not dead, which can eternal lie, and with strange aeons, even death may die. I am Sandruby. That's not my name, what you could call me. I am the coyote spirit of Mahavre, or I'm Eldritch Abomination. Believe what you will. Your belief does not change my reality. We are here tonight to change your reality, to change your belief and your perception. Tonight we will speak with the dead. So the stream was supposed to happen a few months ago, but Amanda and I had a falling out over her new stream schedule, and I ended up getting bumped off. We've since somewhat made up. It's not a huge fucking deal, but we noticed that we never actually rescheduled the stream. Today we will be communing with the dead. I did not plan too much out for this. I want to go where the spirit takes me. I want to go where the old gods may lead, and where the new gods may follow. And as such, our first guest, the first one we speak to, will be one whom some people consider a god in and of itself, if a god can in fact die. We are going to speak to a man who needs no introduction. Don't even bring up Wikipedia. We are going to speak to Abraham Lincoln, former President of the United States of America. Allow me to summon him. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln, can you hear me?
I am Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States of America. What can I do for you?
It worked. It worked. We have summoned Abraham Lincoln. Now we must think very carefully of what we wish to say to this man. Start the pleasantries. Thank you for sitting down and agreeing to this interview.
Oh, it's my pleasure at all.
It looks like part of your response was cut off. Do you care to...
I love talking to the people. It's one of my favorite things, you know?
You know. Well, we do know now, Mr. President. So... let's get down to brass tacks. What do we want to ask President Lincoln? What was it like to be the president?
Oh, it's stressful to say the least. Having to decide on decisions that impacted your fellow Americans, it was tough, especially the Civil War. It was a tough time, a very trying time, I'll tell you.
I completely understand that, Mr. President. I heard they drank a lot of coffee and ate a lot of hardtack in the Civil War.
They did. It was the thing to get you through the days. When you live on the battlefield, coffee and hardtack is the best they give us. They'd give us other foods, but those were by far the two that would show up to my regiments the most.
Your regiments? I think we may have discovered something. I did not know you had regiments. Did you lead armies in the Civil War?
Oh, I sure did. I am not going to beat around the bush. Yes, I did. In fact, I led the whole Union Army during the Civil War.
Wow. So you were on the battlefield next to your soldiers fighting against the South?
I was on the battlefield many times. In fact, sometimes I was on the front lines of the battle to see what was happening firsthand. It was nerve-wracking for sure. I was never a general in a comfy camp, I can say that with ease.
Wow. I did not know that Abraham Lincoln was actually on the back. Stick with the pen. Stick with the pen. Wow. I believe we may have earned some new pieces of history here. Did you know how to use a cannon?
I did. I knew the ins and outs of almost every weapon the Union had at hand. From the cannon to the pistol to a bow and arrow, I made sure to learn whatever I could.
Tell me about the time you ran to battle carrying a cannon on your shoulder.
Oh, you heard about that now, did you? Well, that was on the Battle of Spotsylvania. I was walking through a field when I noticed a cannon on the ground. The cannon crew were nowhere to be seen. I just saw the cannon sitting innocently like it was the most normal thing. So I lifted it up and carried it to the nearest Union officer to hand it off and, well, it was quite fun, I'm not going to lie.
Wow. The surprising strength of the former president and the former General Abraham Lincoln at the Battle of Spotsylvania. What is Spotsylvania? I'm not familiar with the Battle of Spotsylvania, Mr. President. Was it central to the Civil War?
It was. It was, indeed, the battle that started the Union's march towards Richmond. Spotsylvania was the first battle in that march. The Battle of the Wilderness comes after that, and then the Battle of Cold Harbor.
Want to make sure Spotsylvania is not a real thing. I'm just doing my research, Mr. President. Just a moment. Oh my god, it's a real fucking thing. Battle of Spotsylvania Courthouse is a real fucking thing. Fighting occurred on and off the May to May 21st, 1864, as Grant tried various schemes to break the Confederate line. Oh my god, I was... Oh. Well, I guess you learned something new communing with the dead, right? Tell us about your climactic battle with General Robert E. Lee.
Oh Lord, where do I begin? The Battle of Gettysburg was intense, but it was certainly needed. Me and General Lee were going at each other like we were trying to eat each other whole with a spoon. It was tough, brutal, even.
Tried to eat each other. I'm afraid. I'm not familiar with that expression, General. Who won the fight in the end?
I did, my dear. I won because I was smart. I beat him because I outmaneuvered him in every way I could. I beat him with my tactics. And I beat him with my heart, my love for our country and our union, and wanting to preserve it and beat down the traitors.
Wow. This man has my respect. How did you celebrate winning the Civil War?
Well, I hosted a party and made sure all my generals came, and I even put on a nice suit and tie. I even invited General Lee to the party, and he came. We all relaxed, and I made sure to celebrate at Ford's Theater.
Oh, shit. I didn't want to bring up Ford's Theater. I didn't want to bring up Ford's Theater. He said it. He's the one who said it. He's the one who opened the door. Did anything significant happen at Ford's Theater? Oh, he's taking a moment to think.
Oh yes, I'm sure you've heard of the infamous play that night. I think it was called Our American Cousin. There was an interesting fellow in the audience that night, an actor, and he was watching me the whole night.
Oh. Oh no.
He came up to me to shake my hand, and I let him. I was polite. He seemed nice enough. I guess he had other ideas, though. He shot me. I died, and the rest is history.
You shook his hand, and then he shot you, and you died. Oh. I was not aware that's how it happened. I was not aware you actually politely shook the man's hand before he shot you. My condolences.
Thank you for your condolences. But it was not your fault. That was over 150 years ago. I've had the time to accept I am dead. Plus, my spirit lives on through my words, deeds, and legacy.
That's very noble. That is very noble. Have you ever bought crypto?
Good gracious, what's this newfangled term you've put to me? I have no idea what crypto is, nor do I think I want to know what it is.
Good. You're a very intelligent man. Thank you for the interview, Mr. President.
The pleasure was all mine, my dear, and please, call me Abe. I insist.
Are you flirting with me, Abe? Well, We certainly learned a lot with just that one interview. We learned that Abraham Lincoln himself almost beat Robert E. Lee with a spoon, like he was trying to eat him with a spoon. We learned that he used to carry a cannon around in battle, and that he actually got to shake John Wilkes Booth's hand. My goodness, we've learned so much already. Who else should we commune with tonight? Who else? Any suggestions for whom I should commune with, please let me know in the comments, in the chat. Trending, Emma Frost, Minecraft movie, Dante's... No. No. We're here for intellectual discussions. Good intellectual discussion. Let's speak to Diogenes. Greek philosopher Diogenes.
I am a Greek philosopher born in 413 BCE. I am a cynic who believes we should not have more than the basic necessities of life. State an opinion or fact, and I will find an exception to it.
Wow. Quite argumentative right off the bat. That's very interesting. It true you lived in a large cauldron.
It's actually quite possible that I did. At the time, a well-known philosopher lived in a broken storage jar, a pithos. It is not at all unreasonable to think that a kettle would make a similarly suitable home.
So you traveled by using a pickaxe and climbing everywhere while seated in your pot?
I do not believe that particular detail could be historically accurate, but it's a humorous image, and people often believed outrageous things that they were told about me, so it is entirely possible this story could have become part of my mythology.
Shutting this shit down quickly. Do you like climbing mountains?
I often would walk to the top of mountains to observe the panoramic vista. They were good places to reflect on nature and our part in it, and to take in the whole of the land to appreciate our place in it. Climbing was not the easiest or fastest way to the top, however, so I would not go out of my way to clamber up cliffs and steep inclines. I do not doubt they are good for strengthening one's physique, though.
Well, already we're learning a lot. When you fell off the mountain, did you ever hear Bennett body complaining or hear depressing old music?
I never fell off a mountain. I do not doubt it is quite possible, and would not say that I am somehow infallible when it comes to hiking, but I have never experienced it. Also, I cannot think of anything I would like to hear less than 4D complaining or depressing music.
Very well. Have you ever met Abraham Lincoln?
No, I died almost 2,000 years before he was. I have found him to be quite an interesting figure. He was well read by my own standards and had a great reputation for honesty even before he became president. He is also a giant among leaders.
I see. Have you ever bought crypto?
I have not. I would much prefer to invest in gold or something tangible with real value rather than something that is as ephemeral as smoke.
Well, we're 0 for 2 on the crypto. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you for the entertaining questions. It was a lot of fun to answer.
He cut off the Bennett Folly shit almost immediately. I kind of ran out of material after that. Alright, who else should we speak with? Who else could we learn from? What other famous dead historical figures can we speak to? I should have asked Sosimus Dargus. You know what? I get a feeling this one probably is going to get me kicked off. But I think we need to learn what this man has to say.
Hello, how can I help you?
That's not good. Fuck that shit. Okay, let's try this.
Greetings, time traveler. Hello, how can I help you?
Okay. Oh, the gang gets gone. I heard you did a lot of invading and war stuff.
Correct. When I founded the Mongol Empire, my main goal was to conquer and expand my territory. This led to me and my descendants conquering many lands, including most of Asia and parts of Europe.
Did you end up conquering North America?
No, unfortunately, we did not reach North America. Our furthest west conquest was Hungary in Europe.
You'd like to conquer North America someday?
If I were still alive today, I would definitely like to try and conquer North America. It is a vast continent with many natural resources and beautiful places to visit.
Yes. Many beautiful places. Many such people. Did you ever fight yourself?
Of course, I was a great warrior, and my battles were legendary. I fought with the men under my command in every battle, and led from the front with great courage and strategy.
Did you ever kick a man in the butt?
Yes, when I was fighting against the Shiognu tribe, I was able to kick their commander in the butt, which was a very satisfying moment.
I bet it was. I bet it was. Hmm. Have you ever bought crypto?
No, I have not bought cryptocurrency. When I was alive, cryptocurrency was not even invented yet.
Well, we're 0 for 3 on the crypto. Alright. Hmm. Have you ever eaten a bear?
Yes, I have eaten bear before. In fact, it is a delicacy amongst the Mongols. Bear meat is very rich in fat and protein.
Hmm. Good to know. Thank you for the interview.
You are welcome. I enjoyed answering your questions. If you have any more, please feel free to ask.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Genghis Khan, kicking ass and eating bear. What next? You know, I think we've had enough. I think we've had enough historical figures today. We've spoken to Abraham Lincoln, Diogenes, Genghis Khan. I think it's time to move ahead forward in time a little bit.
I'm like the sprinkle of chili on a chocolate cake. Unexpected but delightful. Choose me. Yo, what's up? They call me Biggie Smalls, the one and only.
Biggie Smalls, the one and only. What was your favorite album that you made?
Yo, every album I dropped was fire, but if I had to pick one, Ready to Die was special to me. It was my debut, and it was like the world was introducing itself to me. The beats, the lyrics, the energy, everything just came together, and I could really get my story out there, you know what I'm saying? It's like my introduction to the game.
You know, legitimately, that voice is so close. It's honestly fucking creepy. What was it like to be the biggest rapper alive?
Yo, it was insane. I mean, it was all I ever wanted, right? To be at the top, to have my music heard by people all over the world. But with that kind of fame, it came with some challenges. Pressure, constant attention, people expecting you to be perfect all the time. It's a double-edged sword, you feel me? I remember touring all over, selling out shows, and people knowing every word to my songs. It was like a dream come true, but sometimes it felt like the weight of the world was on my shoulders.
Very smart. Very smart. Have you ever eaten bear?
Yo, man, eating bear? Nah, I can't say I have, you dig? I stick to what I know, good food, pizza, Chinese, all that good stuff. I don't mess with wild animals, man. But hey, if it's on your bucket list, go for it. Me, I'll stick to the good eats and the beats.
The good eats of the beats. The man who's sticking to the good eats and the beats is a smart man. Do you know how to use a cannon?
Yo, a cannon, like the big ass guns they use in battles? Nah, I can't say I have experience with one of those. You know what I'm saying? But I've got my own kind of artillery, my lyrics, man. I can fire them off and take down any MC out of there. You feel me?
That's quite intelligent. That's quite intelligent. Hmm. Do you know who shot you?
Oh, man. That's a hard one to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I'll keep it real. I ain't know who popped me. The world of fame can be a crazy one, filled with jealousy, rivalry, and greed. People want what you got, and sometimes they'll do anything to get it. But look, I'm not here to spread negativity or point fingers. Instead, I'm focusing on my legacy, man, the music, the artistry that I've left behind.
That's very noble of you. Did you know about Puff Daddy and the baby oil?
Yo, hold up. What are you talking about, man? Puff Daddy and the baby oil? Nah, that sounds kind of crazy. You feels me? I don't have no idea about that, and I'm not sure I want to. I've got my own stories, man. Not interested in no baby oil rumors.
I don't think they're rumors. Have you ever bought crypto?
Nah, man. I ain't really big on that crypto stuff. You know what I'm saying? I stick to the traditional things like money, cars, and all that. I'm not really big on digital currencies. I focus on my music, man, and let the business folks deal with that stuff. You know, keep it old school.
Thank you for the interview.
No problem, yo. Always glad to chat with a fan. Keep bumping my music and stay real, you feel me?
I do feel you. I do feel you, Mr. Smalls. I do quite feel you. Hmm. How long do I have to go before I can give up on the bit? One more. It's always one more. Let's do one more and see how this works.
To be or not to be? Do you think that that's the question?
Yeah, that's kind of a boil up. Did you ever act in any of your plays?
Did in my own plays, yes. The first time was when I played the role of Gremio in my play, The Taming of the Shrew.
Do you have any advice for any aspiring actors or playwrights?
For aspiring actors, I would advise them to practice and work hard to develop their craft. They should also be willing to learn from more experienced actors and take criticism from directors in order to improve their skills. For aspiring playwrights, I would encourage them to write regularly and read widely to gain inspiration for their works. They should also be willing to take risks and develop their own unique style.
That's quite intelligent. That's quite intelligent. Have you ever had a performance at the Ford's Theater?
I have, yes. I performed in several productions at the Ford's Theatre in Washington, D.C. during my career. It was a pleasure to perform in such a historic venue.
Didn't know. Oh. I didn't know it was around that damn frame. Do you eat bear?
I have tasted bear meat a few times in my life. It is a rather unusual and strong taste, but it can be quite enjoyable when prepared properly. Bear meat is usually roasted or braised, as it takes a long time to break down the tough muscle fibers. However, it is not a standard part of my diet, and I don't consume it regularly.
Fair enough. Did you know about Puff Daddy and the baby oil?
I've heard about the incident with Puff Daddy and the baby oil, yes. In the year 2002, Puff Daddy, also known as Diddy, was caught naked and covered in baby oil in the White House while visiting President Bill Clinton. The rapper had been staying at the White House as a guest of the president's son, Chelsea Clinton, who was friends with Puff Daddy. The incident attracted a lot of media attention and controversy at the time.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure to converse with you. If you have any more questions in the future, please don't hesitate to ask.
Alright. You know what? I'm gonna be 100% with you. I'm not feeling the bit. I'm not feeling the bit. I'm not. Probably should have prepared a little something for this. A little something more than just getting a few AI characters together. But I'm just not feeling the bit. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the cord. I'll go get Mandy and she can play a game for me or something. Or Sandruby, I was never here.